on the basis of patriotism, competence, truth, even ideas. I think when we do that, it's going to help us a lot. In this program, I spoke about the former president of Brazil, talking about Lula, who is also the president-elect. Between 2003 and 2011, when he was the president, he brought Brazil from a third world country in terms of economy to a first world country, whereby they're even competing with UK, USA, and then other countries. And you ask, how did he do that? He brought over 30 million people out of poverty. When he was campaigning, coming out for president, I was saying it on this program, tell me how the 30 million people he brought out of poverty will not queue behind him and vote for him. And as we speak, Sele, he's the president-elect. Yeah. Let's not just come out and talk. Let's do the talk. When you do the talk, you don't need to talk much, because people that you fought for, all these people like we're mentioning, they all had antecedents and pedigrees. While you were this, while you were that, all the things you were able to do with people, this is what is going to stand for you tomorrow. So as you hold positions, as people entrust you with certain positions, I think it is important that people do the needful. When you do the needful, in future, you don't need to struggle trying to convince people. We won't be seeing politics of bitterness, hate speech, amongst others, but we'll see that people will tell us that while I was this was what I was able to do. Let's see data which is on record, and then people will say, yes, he did that, and applaud you. I think when we continue on that note, we're going to have a better Nigeria.
Of course, Joy. So I hope that Nigerians are actually wise and will not just be taken away by the words. Because just like I say, words are cheap. You know, when I was looking at the title of even their manifestos, you begin to ask questions. I mean, it's not about having beautiful titles, but I hope that you'll be able to back up those titles with your actions at the end of the day.
That's very true. I'm still moving straight to insecurity. Like, Nigeria continue to battle with this issue of security, the challenges. Recently, we saw how the foreign nations have given us terror alerts in the FCT and even some parts of Nigeria, and then the Minister of Information has come out to say it is misleading. Nigeria, go about your normal activities and businesses. Even though amidst that, we are still seeing Nigerians being alert. Some schools have closed down, malls amongst others. IGP has said it is fake news, but I like the fact that Nigerians are all alert, because like we always say, beyond coming out to debunk claims, it is important that we see data too, empirical data, facts of why you say that there's nothing like that. And as we continue to debate on that terror alert, we saw how during the weekend, bandits abduct 39 children from Katsina farm. And parents of the 39 children who were abducted by bandits while working on a farm in Faskara local government area of Katsina State have pleaded with the government to come to their aid. The bandits on Sunday, according to a source, in their large number invaded the farm where the children were working and abducted them. Report shows that as of Tuesday, 1st of November 2022, 6 were released. And I always ask this question, can't we be proactive to avert this situation? The owner of this farmland, before he went to harvest his crop, these bandits gave him a message: if you want to come for harvest, you must pay us 3 million naira. And then he just gave them 1 million because that was what he have, so that he can have access to his land and harvest his crop. And so he brought all these people to come and help him in harvest. And while they were on the farm, these bandits just came, surrounded the place. They're shooting sporadically. People, those like the adults among them, were able to escape, but these 39 children couldn't, and they were abducted. Some of the people we saw that they were abducted are girls that were already at the stage of getting married, according to the source, but they were abducted, and then the bandits even called one of the family member asking for 30 million naira. Like, will we continue? Imagine that you and your farmland, look at the implication. You have to pay before you're able to even harvest, in a time where flood have submerged a lot of farmlands. We're talking about food security, and then we're having bandits too coming to stop farmers from going to farm. In Benue recently, farmers on their way to farmland, they were attacked. And then if we continue to have all of this, we are talking about inflation already, rising prices of foodstuff in the market, and this is what we are seeing. Sele, what's your take?
You know, Joyce, I always ask this question: how did we get where we are presently? I don't know why, just like you said, we are not proactive. We always want to go for, we are not preventive. We always want to look for how we can correct certain things that are happening. We prefer to correct it and not prevent it from happening. Just like you said, there was a terror alert that said we should be vigilant. And I remember categorically when I said, let us not just focus on the Abuja, which is the capital, but let us spread our tentacle and know that these people might actually be sending an alert to one place, but then we know that they are smart. They're actually trying to target another different place. And this is not the first time Katsina has been attacked. We saw Katsina being attacked, Zamfara attacked, Benue attacked, Niger being attacked. And you will know that the routes are always interwoven, so they have a way of moving there. And then I'm actually happy, like places like the Southeast that are trying to look into how they will be able to come together, have joint forces, and have will I say like vigilantes or policing by those those boundaries so that they can protect their farmland. But just like you're saying, you have to even negotiate with terrorists before you go to your farmland. This is not the first time this thing is happening. I remember it happened, I think about last year, where farmers went to farm and actually at the end of the day they were being kidnapped, and then the response coming was like they did not tell the government they were going to their farmland. That is why this happened. So I have to now take permission to go to my own farmland to be able to have it. So I believe that we have to be proactive, even though presently they say they're unable to even meet the owner of this farmland because they said they believe he is rich and they don't even want to have any negotiation with the parents any longer. They want to talk with the owner of the farmland one-on-one. Now I begin to ask, what contract do I have with you that I have to negotiate with you? So I believe that we have to rise up to their responsibilities, not just the politicians, but then each and everyone. What can I do in my own little way? Because as it looks presently, Joyce, it's not just about the government. Even the security agency, their hand is short. They can't be everywhere. So I hope that we'll do the right thing.
Well, we've seen that our security agency have been doing a lot in terms of averting all these insecurity issues. But, well, as much as we applaud them, we think more needs to be done in terms of protection of lives and properties. Like, this is very sacrosanct. If our food is not well secured, then I fear for what is going to befall us. It is important that the government do the needful. The primary responsibility of every government is the protection of lives and property. Thank you so much, Sele, for doing this with me.
My pleasure, Joyce.
Our time is fast spent. And to our viewers out there, many thanks for joining us on today's edition of Nigeria Now. We're trusting that together we'll always do the needful. Remember that the country's challenge cannot be addressed by bad leaders who have come into power through some faulty means. It is important that as we look forward to 2023, we have the right people who love Nigeria. If we can get these people into governance, then Nigeria will be great. See you tomorrow, same time. Bye-bye.